Hey, welcome to the Creighton women's basketball team post-game show. I'm Tim Kruger from Bluejay Banter. Glad to be with you. Recapping the Jays' huge win, 70 over Georgetown in the first round of the Big East Championships. Jays move on to the semifinal to take on the winner of Xavier and Xavier and Seton Hall. That game going on right now, close to half, but big upset there. The number 11 seed Xavier is up 20-11 on Seton Hall. And we got about 3 minutes to go in the first half. So uh, upset brewing there. So I'm sure the Jays would like to play a team that's going to be playing their third game in 3 nights tomorrow. Would be a big boost to the team. But what a comeback. The Jays outscore Georgetown 19-11 in the fourth quarter to seal the win. A Georgetown team they just played, so it's never easy when you sometimes think it's easy because of the preparation part of it, but it's all also difficult because the other team knows everything you want to do as well. So it's a very difficult situation. Always tricky when you play that team again. And the Jays really got off to a slow start today. Um, They were down 46-38 at half, and then Georgetown raced out to about a 12, 14-point lead. Actually, Creighton ended up winning that third quarter by 2, which got them kind of back in their game. And then they took control. They whittled away the lead. It was kind of back and forth at the end of the last couple minutes. Um, Mallory Break with a huge steal to tie the game. There was a little bit of back and forth, and then it came down to the game tied in the final seconds. You didn't see it. Georgetown had the ball late, and there was just the most egregious phantom call you'd ever seen in your life on Creighton, where Creighton would have gotten the basketball. Luckily, nothing occurred out of that, and Creighton got the ball back. Georgetown missed a shot. Creighton got it back with 8 seconds, drove down the floor. Didn't look like they had anything going on. And then a pass was dished out, and there was a foul call. I don't know exactly the call. I think somebody got hit on the arm as the pass went out and knocked down the 2 free throws and won the game. So huge victory for the Jays. 72-70 over Georgetown. They move on to the semifinals of the Big East tournament. Canada Lockett makes 2 free throws with 4 seconds left. Georgetown came down, actually got a shot off, but it was a wild shot, hit off the backboard and fell away. Right now it's 23-15 Xavier with about 30 seconds left in the first half. So we should be joined by Coach Flan here very shortly. We want to thank RTI Threads for their fabulous support that you're going to see all the way through the Blue Jays postseason. So we're going to do it here at the Big East tournament. After every game, we'll have a post game. And then as we move into the NCAA tournament, we'll also have post games after every game. So we'll either have Flan on or assistant coach. So that'll be awesome. RTA Threads, if you're not familiar, fabulous. Go to RTA Threads. Check out everything they have. They have women's, men's, kids in all sizes, and fabulous Creighton apparel. Anything you can think of, they have. One of the few places that has Creighton men's and women's basketball apparel. You don't see a lot of places that have Creighton women's apparel. That's why they want to sponsor this show, this post-game show for us. Katie and her staff do a fabulous job. They have a brick and mortar store. They also have online where they do tons of sales. And be looking forward as we get into the NCAA tournament. They're going to have some special online specials for you for merchandise for both the men's and the women's team. So make sure you check them out. That's RTI Threads. Just a fabulous sponsor this year, and we're so happy to have them aboard. We've done tons of events with them up until this time. They've done some of our events we've had over in Fusion Brewing Company, which has been fabulous. And we're really happy to have them aboard. And we're going to be a long-term partner with them, I'm sure. and we're very, very happy to have the board. So that's RTI Threads. Check them out. Great Creighton apparel. My wife, I think, about got to have a second mortgage on the home because um, of all the merchandise she's bought from RTI Threads. Today she was looking for another white shirt. She almost, went online and bought another one. So they do make fabulous merchandise, and they sold just a ton of it at our infusion events. And I think you're going to really like everything they have to offer. So check them out. That's RTI Threads, and you'll be glad you did. Let's get this pulled up here. And hey, guess what? It's time to have Jim Flanery aboard. So we're soon going to have Coach join us here, and we'll have him break down the game for us. And there he is, head coach of your Creighton women's team, head coach Jim Flanery. Hey, Coach.
Step out. She chases the
Can
ball.
you hear me okay?
Yeah.
With two hands. Oh, you
Sorry.
Hey, congrats, man.
Sorry. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. We were fortunate. Georgetown played really well. We hung in there and found a way. So.
Yeah. It's always scary playing that team that you just played, right? You think, oh, the prep going to go well. Yeah, well, it's their first, right? They just everybody do.
Yeah, they I thought for 2.5 quarters they threw a lot of stuff in. They made a ton of shots. I mean, they had a kid, number 0 Wilson, who hadn't played their last 2 games. She hits 2 threes the first half. They're an okay 3-point shooting team, but they threw everything in the first 2.5 quarters. And our defense needed to be better. I thought, it certainly helped that they had played last night. I thought they got a little tired probably in the second half. And that's kind of what we told them at half is, they played really, really well the first half. We have to tighten some things up, but you also have to count on the fact they're not going to shoot it quite as well.
Hey, Coach, talk about the crazy last 40 seconds of that game. First of all, we're sitting here watching it, getting ready to do our men's post game, and the most phantom foul call I know you can't comment of all time. And then came back and you got the rebound, 8 seconds left, went down the court. Kind of walk us through what happened there.
Well, I think their kid. I mean, we had the ball in a position where once they tied it, we wanted to try to go 2 for 1. And we still had the ball with, I think, 39.7 underneath out of bounds. We ran a play for Morgan to get a quick shot because we wanted it 2 for 1. We didn't want them to, and I know you can say, well, but to me, anything mid post that Morgan can get up is a good shot. So we left enough time between that miss and the end of the game, and I still had timeouts left. We can advance the ball. So we just needed that defensive rebound and we got it. I don't know how. I thought we 21 Jenkins, their post player, is just a beast for us to block out. She's so much bigger and stronger. But we gang rebounded, got it. Kiani takes off up the floor, and I think their kid just lost track of the score and ended up reaching in and fouling her pretty obviously. And to Kiani's credit, she had missed a couple big free throws at the end of the St. John's game, but she was 6 for 6 tonight. She hit 4 big ones late. And then we had to guard them at the end. We had to, the fact that she made 2 and you're up 2, obviously you can't give up a 3, but felt pretty good. We had Mal in the game to guard Ransom. And we liked her size there. And we did a good job. They took a really almost a desperation shot. So, Kiani and Mallory Brake made big plays at the end, but I said, we almost come to take Lauren and Morgan's greatness for granted because they had 42. And yet, when we left the court, we were talking about the plays that Mallory and Kiani made.
How tough is it? You're sitting there watching this game. It's at halftime. You got an 11 seed that's already, their second night. you're kind of probably looking that Seton Hall was going to be the team you're going to play. Now you could play a team that's an 11 seed. It could be 3 games in 3 nights, which
Right.
is again kind of an advantage for Creighton, but you never want to look at it that way. I know.
No.
Well, how is it like trying to figure out who you're going to play here?
Yeah, I mean, credit to Xavier. I'm not. I think they played better as the year went on, and they were more competitive. But the fact that they only won 1 league game doesn't necessarily bode well for them coming here and winning multiple games. But again, I think they were more competitive. They actually played Seton Hall a 2-point game late in the year, really last weekend, I think. But Seton Hall's one of their 2 best players didn't play, so and she's playing tonight. So I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I've prepped more for Seton Hall than for Xavier. When you look at that draw, you're like, okay, we need to prep some for Seton Hall and DePaul, and if we end up getting Xavier, it'll kind of be more of a last minute thing. And the other tricky part is we only played Xavier once. We're not in a double round robin, so we only played them once, and that was actually in early December. That was our pre-Christmas game, so we haven't played them since like December 3rd. So my night will be shorter because I won't be honestly I won't be as prepared for Xavier as I would have been for Seton Hall or DePaul, but there's still a half to play.
And that's why you got assistant coaches, right?
Right. And it's the night where we get 1 less hour of sleep.
Good point. I'm glad you get that on your mind. Hey, let's not overlook both teams shot a great, but hey, 12 of 13 from the free throw line really helped out here tonight. And how about Kiana getting up there, knocking those 2 down?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, I felt like, you're hoping you're obviously hoping she makes them both, but you're hoping she makes 1 and you at least have yourself, because the deflation of if she doesn't get 1. But yeah, that was big. I mean, she's worked hard to become better in that area, and to step up with that kind of pressure and make 2 was just great. But she made 2 big ones right before that to cut the lead from 4 to 2 when we were in a position where we're still fighting up that hill.
I always say this is a great game to have as long as you win it. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it tests you. You had to really fight. It's going to help you tomorrow night or Monday night or in the NCAA tournament. I mean, that's what you tell them after the game. It's like, I wish it would have played for 39 minutes and 58 seconds. I wish it would have played out a little differently, but when you can win in the manner that we won, I think it should buoy your confidence and your belief.
Well, Coach, we're not going to take up too much of your time. I know you got to get back to figuring out what you're going to do here for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations. We're here at Let It Fly. The whole place was erupting as you won that game. So everybody's really excited, and we really look forward to tomorrow night.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. 72 is our lucky number. I think that's what we scored last year in our first game here. So Glenn's giving me the thumb up. So yeah, I mean, it was a way different game. Last year we played Georgetown in the semis, and I think we lost 55-46. We could not, both teams were they were a little different, but it was a way different game. And that's kind of why I felt a little better being down 10 or 12. I felt like it was a little bit, we were scoring the ball a little easier than we did last year against them in this venue.
All right, Coach. Get a good night's rest. You only get out 1 last hour of sleep.
Any kind of rest, Tim. Thank you very much.
All right, Coach. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Head
coach Jim Flanery joining us. Really appreciate him joining us, and just a great job by the Jays tonight to pull that victory out, Kiana, knocking those 2 free throws down, 72-70. We'll quickly run through the stats before we sign off for the night. The stats were just totally even up and down. Really no advantage for anybody. The shooting percentage were the same. 3 points were the same. Free throws 13 and 15 and 12 and 13 basically the same. Rebounding's the same. Just came down to those last couple possessions where the Jays were able to get a stop and then hit the 2 free throws. So that's basically how it rolled. For the Jays, Lauren Jensen, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 9 of 20 from the field. She didn't hit a three tonight though. So, hey, we still got that in our back pocket, right? Molly had 5 points. Kellogg at 8. Those 2 big free throws, obviously. Mallory Brock, you had the Mallory Break had the big steal, came down and made it at the end. And then Morgan Malley, the other stalwart on the team, the other first team, all Big East, 20 points, 3 of 7 for 3. Just a great effort for the Jays. As they move on, survive in advance time, and they're moved to 25 and 5. This team has 25 wins. It's incredible. And I can't wait. Tomorrow night, they play 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock Central. So the game will be on TV again. So make sure and tune in, cheer on the Jays. We'll have a post game right afterwards. Maybe a little quieter environment tomorrow night. I'll be at my house, so we'll have a little quieter environment. We can probably hear Flan a little better. And then against Seton Hall or Xavier, and right now Xavier has the lead, the big 11 seed, which if they get, as Flan was talking about, they pull another upset, and then wow, all bets are off then, and the Jays hopefully can get into that final game and get one more crack at UConn for the Big East title. So thanks so much. In our first go round, again sponsored by that fabulous sponsor RTI Threads. Go there for all your Creighton gear needs. You're going to need new gear for the postseason, so go and check out everything out they have. We'll get more into tomorrow on the post game, but we want to thank them and thank you for joining us in our first foray into the women's post game show. We'll be right back at it about 10 minutes or 15 minutes or so after the game tomorrow night, can't wait for the game, and can't wait for the Jays to potentially bring home a Big East title. That would be awesome. So thanks so much. It's been a crazy, awesome to be a Jays fan today. Awesome day, and we will see you tomorrow night. Thanks.